Hello, welcome to Sunline Empress Tarot. My name is Nikki. This is a continuation from the Lapis Lazuli goddess Isis reading with the tarot cards. We're going to go ahead and continue with some oracle cards for those that were interested. So, with Lapis Lazuli, I'm also really inspired by, say, the Blue Lotus. I have this deck. This is called the Austet Egyptian Oracle deck. I also sipped on some Blue Lotus tea before I began, so very much in that energy. This is one deck we'll be using. We'll be also using... So with Archangels, I actually am very drawn to Archangel Michael, so he's also associated very closely with the color blue, so I've gone ahead and selected this cute little deck here. It's the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle. And then lastly, per usual, we will wrap up here, well, at least per usual in most of my readings, with the Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz. It's a great way to summarize all the energies around us and see what advice that we need. So, let's take a look at this Blue Lotus deck here. Fascinating. We have the Syrian star, which is star blessings. For those of you that don't know, the star Sirius was very important to Egyptian mythology. It was featured very prominently in a couple different myths. So this is very strong energy. Funny enough, before I did these readings, I was in a guided meditation about the goddess Isis and about Syrian guides, in essence. So it's really weird that that happens to be the card that comes out. All right. We will come back to the book on that one. Let's just get these cards out onto the table first and foremost. Now, from the Archangel Michael deck, let's see. This one. Card number 14, Have No Fear. Reminds me of that Seven of Wands card that was drawn out with the tarot cards. Don't have fear, run out the door, right? And lastly, let's see what sort of archetype we have to work with tonight. The Maiden, card number 8. Something's really picking up on that feminine energy, that's for sure. All right, so let's take a look at what the book has to say for the Syrian star card. We have card number 3. You saw that, right? Like, I promise you, like, I know this is a video. I know that maybe I edited this or whatever. I literally just opened right to the page. It's a big emphasis when that happens. That doesn't happen all the time. I do tarot readings outside in the regular world around near me every week. This doesn't always happen. So, whew, all right. So the Syrian star is one of the light beings that traveled from the star Sirius to the Great Pyramid to use it as a portal for entry to this earth plane. The white light beings follow the path of the Syrian goddesses in the past who spent time as earth people before becoming divine. Returning soul energy through the Queen's chamber in the Great Pyramid to Sirius after physical death is part of the purpose of the Chamber of Rebirth into higher consciousness. So, general meanings of this card. Let's see here. So abundance, as for abundance, money will come and go, and that's the nature of the earth realm. There's a lot of flow here in this card. For love, your earthly focus on physical love needs to be reconsidered. Seek some solitude before making a final choice about your partner. For any career focus, there needs to be less focus on work and more focus on your greater life purpose. Talking about that with the Four of Cups card. And it would serve you well for now. And when it comes to health, concerns of the physical body require healing, require energy healing, and for mind meditation. You gotta love how these cards come together sometimes, that's for sure. Now, with card number 14 from the Archangel Michael deck, it's pretty much right on here. So fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from disquieting feelings holding you back. Archangel Michael, his main purpose across the board is to take his sword and cut negative cords. So you need to take up his sword and cut those cords away. Just like the Seven of Wands, where he took up that wand even though he was in a rush and defended himself. Do not have fear. And lastly, we have the Maiden card. It's funny that this card said less on physical pleasure, but I guess this is a little bit of more naive sensuality. So the Maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She is the first archetype in the trifecta of Maiden Mother Crone, and rightfully so because she has oh so much to learn. The Maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The Maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. So what I really like about this book in particular, you can kind of see it here. I'm not sure how well the camera will capture it, but there's these 3 subjects down here at the bottom. There's a go deeper section. Some of the stories to go deeper on are Persephone's story, The Journey Through Hell, and Alice, of course, following that white rabbit, as well as any sort of princess figures, that naivete, that innocence, as you're trying to go to the next step, as you're trying to ascend, per the tarot, as you're trying to ascend into that Knight of Wands. So, this is your oracle reading. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night, great afternoon, and a great morning, wherever you may be.